I'm going to 100% Luigi's Mansion 3 with lots of ghost hunting, lots of money, lots of gem collecting, and attaining every achievement, including the horrendous ScareScraper challenges. We start out on a crazy bus ride for Mario and Peach's anniversary. If they survive Toad's driving, Luigi gets to play third wheel in the back of the bus. At least he has Polterpup for companionship. Who's a good undead boy? You'd think Luigi would keep away from mansions after the last 2 games. Oh wait, it's just a hotel. Certainly the most normal hotel I've ever seen. There's nothing suspicious about the staff at all. Yup, they're all totally legit. We even get greeted by Helen gravely. Peach booted out Mario? Is he sleeping on the couch tonight?
Night night.
Night night.
Luigi unpacks and ends the night reading his copy of Twilight. Hello? What happened to the bright atmosphere? Mario, are you in here?
Mario.
Peach, where'd you go? She must still be mad at Mario. Oh, Helen, I have several questions. You certainly are spooky. You freed King Boo? And you both framed my friends? Today can't possibly get worse. Scratch that. I'm next. King Boo's chasing me down the hall. What the crap? This is actually terrifying. I thought this was supposed to be a kid's game. Hurry up, Luigi. He's got us cornered. Get down the laundry chute, plumber boy. Our survival horror experience begins in the laundry room. With no hall pass, I do my best not to get caught. Fortunately, I found the parking garage, but unfortunately, I don't have this car's key. Hey, my poltergust! Thank you, plot armor, for providing this weapon. Who you gonna call? Ghost-busting Luigi. Armed to the teeth, I confidently climb the stairs and use my new vacuum ground pound move to clear the way, bringing us full circle back to the lobby. The ghosts are barricading us in, and of course, they can't resist jump scaring me. Luckily, this is far from our first encounter with the ghouls since Luigi's been through 2 of these games. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I flash them, suck them, and get so sick of them, I slam them around brutally. Tired of ghosts, I open the front desk to check the mail. All I find is this photosensitive switch, a pretty gem that will be the first of many, and a random key that opens the grand door upstairs. Egads! King Boo as Professor Egad too? What's that, Polterpup? You want me to follow you? Come on, boy. Now's not the time to be robbing safes. Ooh, a flashlight upgrade. I wonder if this new Darklight ability can liberate Egad from the painting.
I'm getting too old for this
I said liberate, not obliterate. I explained to the professor my friends have been captured, and he appears to be taking this very well, too. On the bright side, there are countless riches just for us. Oh, freak! I forgot Mother's Day's around the corner. I did vacuum up some valuables. Let's check the poltergust. No way. Ocean foam earrings with 24-karat gold plating and freshwater pearls? And there's an Asami ochre gray slate purse made with real stone from Holzkern? My wife's gonna love this. And she indeed did. In fact, I didn't stop there. Holzkern is an Austrian-based company that has over 1,000 products for men and women. Like this sick space dust watch I got for myself made with marble and walnut wood. Then for my mom, I got her an Asumi black maple purse made with wood. Holzkern has free express worldwide shipping, and if you order by May 7th, your loved ones will receive their Holzkern gift by Mother's Day. And don't forget to use my link in the description or pinned comment down below and my code, Andrew, to get 15% off. Also, if you're a kid watching this, go get your dad to see this to ensure his last day alive isn't Mother's Day. Thank you, Holzkern, for sponsoring this video. Ah, man. The ghosts have stolen the elevator buttons. We at least can get back to the garage in time to annoy the bellhop, who immediately throws luggage at us for not tipping. Of course, he tries to crush us throughout the fight and is more tanky, but he is still weak to the flash and suck method. Stop breaking other people's luggage, you fiend! The bellhop forces the poltergust to have indigestion, and we find our first 2 elevator buttons. Sweet ride, Professor, but now may not be the best time to show off your yoga ball. A portable lab? It's even got air conditioning. Professor Gadd explains how he was tricked into coming to the hotel for his ghost portraits. So I help him restart his collection once again. He rewards us with the virtual boy? Nope, the virtual boo. Why must you get my hopes up, Nintendo? We get back into action. No more hand-holding, long-winded tutorial. I undertake some pest control and check the walls under the dark light. Luigi then learns elevator maintenance and we go for the 5th floor, where Luigi learns how to properly use a plunger. Look out, Luigi! I almost joined Casper the Friendly Ghost. Don't look down, Luigi, don't look down! Curse you, cheap horror tropes. Man, we need to get an exterminator. This is an unholy amount of spiders. That's it. I'm calling the front desk over the peeling walls and the overabundance of secret rooms. And I'm going to suck up everything, whether it be the antiques or a ghost using Mario's toothbrush. That is my brother's! I continue to explore using the tools of the plumbing trade and of course get jump scared while stargazing. This diamond gilded ghost was not taking damage from my vacuum, so I went for the slam to get me out of this slam. While cleaning out the 5th floor, we happened upon the head maid with EGAT's briefcase. Cornered and panicking, she eats it and escapes due to my shock. I catch up and try the usual suck method, but the head maid tickles my nose, freeing herself to run away. This time I use the dark light to track her location and I give her the plunger treatment. Give me that briefcase! She requires a second round, freeing the briefcase and being consumed by her work. Let's get back to the professor. EGAT excitedly opens up the briefcase, revealing slime? Oh, it's Luigi. Are you okay, Luigi? He's just focusing. By the way, Luigi, stay out of the water. Our new slime abilities allow us to re-explore past areas, but Luigi needs to be careful of floor grates. We find a sweet game room, but what the heck is in that corner? Maybe I'd be into it if it was daisies. I interrupt a ghost bathroom's break and make my way to the 3rd floor. More bathrooms and my gamer senses are tingling. Aha! I knew there would be secrets in here. Go gadget, Luigi! Use Luigi's plumbing knowledge to fix the link in the next bathroom over. This floor is also home to the ghoulish mall, complete with its own mall cop, who appears to be about as afraid as Luigi. Most of the stores are shuttered, so our gooey friend is forced to explore on his own. I find more Resident Evil style keys, and the ghosts find out the hard way they can't scare Luigi. We run into a daycare of baby ghosts who we dispatch and a cool ghost protecting his eyes with sunglasses, which we have to suck away before using the usual slam poetry. I take a break from ghost hunting to secret hunt instead, only to be rewarded by a rabid swarm of angry bats. I used my slimy clone to help open some barbershop shutters, used the dark light to find the cash register, and borrowed the security room key without asking. What the? Who just murdered my dear Luigi? This is giving me uncomfortable Final Destination flashbacks. No, let me make it to the top. Oh, thank goodness. It was just a thwomp ghost. Man, it is aggressive and it really likes to use body slam. The only way to finish this fight is from behind, sucking up his tails. Ole, you bull-charging ghost. Eat my poltergust. Security, I want to report a crime.
Surprise, mother...
Time to enter Paul Blart mode. Paul Boot, Ghost Cop, hides behind a shutter with a squirt gun, so it's up to Luigi to fight against his weakness. The officer is supporting aviators, protecting against light, which we steal while dodging water blasts. Then we give him the old 1-2 slam, followed by my own rinse and repeat until he joins the army of the dead in my poltergust. Onwards to floor 2. What? What a ripoff! We're back in the lobby? Except this time we've got something burning in the kitchen. I can't clear the smoke alone, so I call on Luigi, revealing a very angry Gordon Ramsay.
Where's the lamb sauce?
I'm sorry for interrupting, Chef. Please, stop spinning in fury. I can't even use a calming flash due to the pan of power. Did anyone ever tell you to not anger the plumber, Chef? Now say you're sorry. I repeat the process twice more to wear the Ramsay spirit down enough to finish him. We'll have this elevator fixed in no time. What is with everything in this hotel eating their problems away? Get back here, Ratatouille. No rodent can resist the cheese. Ha, we've got it now.
I did it! Ow! Oh, no.
Okay, this is getting old fast. We chased the rat into the game room where it was hiding in the closet. Then it piled up with a bunch of its friends in a bathroom stall.
Oh.
Blech.
Hey, Professor, any way you can sanitize this for me?
I've got something even better.
In-game microtransactions? Why are you charging me? Aren't we on the same team? On the way out, Luigi tingles in the poltergust. Whenever boos are close, the goo shakes and the music changes. Oh, I'm Boostment. Dark light him right away. You can't make those kind of jokes unless you're a dad. Luigi, you're kind of being a little too brutal.
Stop! He's already dead.
Anywho, we install the next elevator button and enter the music-themed 4th floor and are greeted by the carpet doing the wave. Now, I may not be Mario, but I still got hops. How precious. Even the gems on this story are musical notes. I better hurry before all the seats are taken in the theater. Toad is on stage! And a discount Beethoven who revealed himself with musical flourish? He demands us to take a seat. I'm pretty sure this is not normal theater etiquette. Look, stop blaming me that your show is completely empty. No standing ovation for you, sir. He then calls on backup ballerinas, of course wearing ballroom-styled shades. So we steal their masks and resort to the usual tactics. Oh no, we've made him angry. He's turned into my worst nightmare from Mario 64. Anyone else ever get jump scared by that thing back in the day? Great. Now he's stolen my... To be fair, I'm not sure why a concert pianist has bombs like these, but Kobe... Luigi must be hyped up on some serious adrenaline because he flips the grand piano.
And his name is John C.
Then it's as easy as the people's elbow sucking a metal flaming composer and slamming him and repeat again until finally he fights to take his last bow and we bring down the house. No rat shenanigans this time with the button. Oh yeah, Toad is here. Thank goodness Toad's hat broke the fall for him. And yes, it's a hat, people.
Shouldn't we get back to egads?
Let's have a little fun first, Toady, my man. Okay, fine. See you at the lab. I take the next lift down to find Gumbo on the 1st floor. And on the 2nd story, the puns clearly continue. Hey, how dare you steal my trademarked phrases, Luigi? They went from puns to insults. And I can't seem to nail down this guy's hiding places. If you don't search the correct object in the room, he'll flee to another. Like the makeup room, for instance. I emptied the wrong drawer, so they ran to the game room next, where I freaking finally guessed the correct hiding spot. Come here, Luigi. Come here, Luigi. Identity theft isn't a joke, Jim. Back to Paul Boolt's office, we find Kung Boo. At least he's not a clown like someone. But I continue to make mistakes when searching for their correct locations. After a little testing, I figured out a few tricks to help with the Boo hunts. The biggest help being following the controller's vibrations. Where they are most intense, you will always find the Boo. No more endless goose chases from here on out. I tried this method out on the 5th floor too, which resulted in a quick capture of the "You ain't nothing but a bulldog." No more endless goose chases from here on out. To the 6th floor, where the medieval times await us. We're greeted with royal fanfare, followed by the king introducing himself while showing off his prized elevator button. However, he won't let me fight him for it until I complete his quest. I interrupt a ghostly fencing lesson with a classic disarming move, then have to disrupt the enemy's defenses. Your medieval tech is no match against plungers. You would think they'd find a better trap to stop Luigi, but no. We slide through the spikes again, commit a little arson, and use our slimy noodle to solve for the missing ladder. Basically, most every puzzle situation on this floor is thwarted by Luigi, except when we need to use the black light on the walls. Oh no! Their crossbows shoot 3 arrows at a time? No need to worry though. Nothing a little level 1 slime can't solve. How quaint. The gems are cut like swords here. Man, how did I even function without Luigi in my life? No! You murderer! Have your vengeance, my slimy child. The upcoming chambers continue to prove that the king went to the Indiana Jones trap-making school. Wait a second. How did that hurt invincible Luigi? Frustrated with the lack of answers, we tear down the king and check his walls for black mold. Thank goodness. It's just a door. He doesn't seem happy we completed his quest. In fact, it seems he's armed to the ectoplasm. King McFrights is a rough fight. His ghostly steed closes distances quickly. His oversized shield protects his eyes, and he's even rubber-proof. I even tried to gust away his armor. I shined the dark light on him to no avail. Why isn't the vacuum disarming his shield? I'm looking like a complete fool out here, and I'm going to die. There's gotta be a moment where I can flash him, and no, not in the NASCAR kind of way. I was able to keep trying again and again thanks to the arrows dropping hearts, until finally I saw the opening where the king peeks just above his shield to be stunned. Quick, Luigi, plunge his breastplate, then toss him around like you just did with the piano. The king resorts to inlaid arena crossbows while his horse is injured, and still has wonky flash timing. We finally get the king out of his shell and have to endure his Beyblade attack. He becomes dizzy, opening himself up to a complete overthrow of his regime. I celebrate my victory by vandalizing armor, finding all of the precious secret rooms, and stealing the king's vintage wines. Before leaving, I also capture Boo at Arms. Now let's go up to the 7th level, the Garden Suites. Looks like I've traded castles for Sherwood Forest. Even the gems are starflower shaped. I even get attacked by the rare nose-biting cobra. Luigi, I've got your nosy. I find the stairway to heaven and an unguarded elevator button. This almost seems too easy though. Luigi, you butterfingers! You alerted the ghastly gardener. Now we have big trouble in the little shop of horrors. Hey man, you've given this Venus flytree enough water already. That's okay because my time has come. Leave it to my editor to show my mistakes. Now to be George of the Jungle. Isn't the gardener supposed to do this pruning? And what are the ghosts doing with flowers? No, I won't be your Valentine. Luigi needs in on this action, so he gets the plumber duty acting as a drain snake. I continue the climb, but oh no, we've angered the Flying Dutchman.
Oh! Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
At least it's not a perfume room. Thankfully, I managed to pluck out the root of the problem. I then run into a new species of ghosts who can only be stunned in the black light, but are dispatched with all reliable. A thwomp ghost was waiting in the tub, covered in leaves. So of course, we have to suck off his leafy mask before his demise. SpongeBob continues to haunt this run until we find the best attachment in the game. Ha ha, you're all screwed now. Take this, Poison Ivy's ghostly father. Helen is gonna be pissed when she sees how I've rearranged everything. I've ticked off Mother Nature! Luigi, save me! Oh, thank goodness. Now to use the black light to inspect the drains, just as I suspected, clogged by ectoplasm. And why not? Draw myself up a bath. Truly, Luigi is enjoying the high life. I get to learn the forbidden double plunger technique and continue to blow my way through the area. The old gardener makes another attempt to bamboozle Luigi, but thankfully, he actually helps me open the way with my back. I at least get some low-impact exercise bouncing on organic trampolines. It really sucks we had to leave, but we needed to pry information from a plant. Luigi, catch! No, not again! I really can't let this slide. I need the button. Oh man, another jump scare and everyone say it with me. The ghost eats the button. Immediately I dive in with my favorite tool, only for it to bite me in the butt. No! I don't want to be plant chow. The ghastly gardener fight consists of dodging his biting nettles and planting swipes. I needed to bait the plant to bite the pods to relive the Texas circular saw pruning and finish the gardener with suplex. At times, the plant outsmarted the pods, and sometimes the pods would just vanish. But over time, I was able to trap the sprout again, which allowed me to mow it down, giving me the edge to weed out the gardener. Of course, we also found the botanist and finished pruning the sweets to unlock a scenic view. Done with that lawn care, it's time for Floor 8 the Great. You know what else they say is great? Hollywood! Actually, no, it's not. Have you seen Quiet on the Set? Don't worry, kids, this set is actually family friendly. Like this helicopter that holds a film-shaped gem. For whatever reason, though, Luigi can't step onto this platform, even though he's done plenty of platforming. And check out this Hall of Fame, including such hits as Mario Strikers, the freaking best Mario sports game of all time, baby! Anyways, there's also a little Mac reference. I let Luigi live out his dream of working in showbiz and roll back the blue carpet. Luigi, hasn't anyone told you it's bad to sit that close to the TV? All that to avoid a 1-foot jump. Onto the editing room. Play the tape. Hold on. Is that a ghost in there, and are they getting closer? It's just a Golden Ghost Award. I would like to thank the Academy for this. Speaking of Oscar winners, let me introduce you to Morty, a distraught director who doesn't even notice I'm here. I'm not falling for that wide open button trick. I know in the end it's all just a trap. But I'll play my part and find your megaphone with your inevitable betrayal in mind. I start by checking out each of the 4 rooms that contain their own sets. It's time for you to shine, Luigi. Be the horror star I know you can be. Luigi, baby, I believe this is your line. My horror flick is ruined because nothing phases this guy. Maybe a high fantasy movie is more your speed.
This summer, Game of Toadstools returns with less holding the door than ever.
Let's try a modern drama. Holy smokes, it's actually a disaster movie. Hold up a minute. Those aren't real firefighters. What do you all think you're doing spouting water on the burning homes? And Luigi is allergic to water. Ha! Yes, I did it! The town is now defenseless. I don't feel so well about this change. Look, Luigi, the megaphone will shrink you down and you'll become the hero. Oh, it's just a fake. I overcome my arachnophobia but can't get the megaphone. What did I miss? I missed this bucket? The TVs let us take objects through them, so we used the horrific well for water, grow Luigi's house of a plant in order to steal Fantasy's light, melt while calling for Gondor's aid in the modern day, burn away my nightmares, and finally freeing Morty's precious megaphone. I hope this is worth the effort. Oh, here it comes. Bring it on. You don't want to fight? I'm a star? I've become Godzilla. Ghostzilla is flashlight-proof and seems intent on destroying the set. And of course, uses his atomic breath, which I can't suck away. So I started blowing, and the results are as effective as a hyper beam. Ghostzilla responds with Fire Blast. Mamma mia! And now his breath is green? 1 poltergust just isn't enough, but 2 is plenty to knock Ghostzilla into a classic anime strength test. Back to the seas with ya. Morty is so happy with us, he gives us the button willingly. Wow, what a friendly ghost. But you and I aren't the same, Morty.
Are we the baddies?
Ignore your conscience, Luigi. Right now, we're going to floor 9. Oh, great. Another ghost stealing buttons? And why do all ghosts eat the buttons? Every dang time! Come back, you crazy cat. We chase her to the sets, where Kitty reveals she has claws. I play the bait, and once the cat is behind me, I try flashing it, but learned I needed to wait for just the right moment for them to be vulnerable so I could rip off one of its tails. Yeah, I'd run for the high ground too after that. We get a glance at the monster before it runs. I pop back to Garden Suite to catch a cat among the flowers. We play cat and mouse, then it scampers away again. We run into a ghost that needs to be double teamed and try to give the were-cat a bath. In hindsight, our hotel bill will be excessive. One more game of Stalker, one more tail, and at last we have the button. I resume the boo hunt and find a sniveling gem ghost. While I am mid-slam, Booducer decides to come out of hiding. Way to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, Luigi. And that's the first set of complete gems we've discovered for an entire level. Let's hope I have the same luck when touring the Unnatural History Museum on floor 9, filled with bejeweled dinosaur footprints. To be clear, this is a dinosaur-only exhibit. Oh, it's interactive as well. I'll play the part of a British archaeologist. It does take 2 to part the curtains to the main exhibit. We get it! It's dramatic lightning! Toad! Don't worry, buddy, I got you!
Hello?
Just as everyone except Luigi expected, the Tyrannosaurus has come to life. And yes, this undead being also swallows the very item we were after. What are you getting upset about? I should be the one throwing a tantrum. Unlike you, I'm friends with the pterodactyl species, as you can see with them providing eggs for ammo. Open wide! Luigi, now's your chance to throw a cheap shot to the ribs. The dinosaur obviously didn't like that, so it responds by shattering one of the suppliers with a supersonic scream. at least they're bound to follow the rules too, such as no jumping over 1 foot tall fences. However, he does have the upper hand since I only have access to 1 egg at a time now. And who taught the dino the... Huh? Luigi? What are you doing? No! Don't be a hero, Luigi! No! You monster! Spit him out! Well, I guess your plan to distract the fossil did work. But now we've got bigger problems. They've broken out of containment. The beast wreaks havoc, destroying, trampling, and tail whipping its way after Luigi. It's up to Luigi again, this time sticking to the bottom of the T-Rex's foot. Eat bones, dirtbag. Ah, that just made him angrier. Luigi, get back in there and hold them in place while I take them out.
How could you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you!
Shut up! That was the poorly designed hitbox's fault. Anyhow, go die again. You could say he went re-extinct. Stop celebrating before victory. The Rex was controlled by a cave ghost. The secret 4th phase commences, featuring bone shields, bone-shattering waves, and being blamed for other ghosts' actions. That wasn't me. Thankfully, the cave ghost has the normal weaknesses, so he was defeated without a problem. Now to finish what I started. Toad is even holding the basement 2 elevator button. On the way back, I closed the history books by destroying some exhibits. Hey, they shouldn't have blamed me earlier. So I smash and smash until I found all the precious stones. And last, I discovered the lovely boons. While installing Toad's elevator button, I noticed our next destination was another basement floor. I guess in order for us to progress, we must go down to the boiler works. We of course start by breaking things down. I'm surprised this hotel hasn't crumbled yet. I even catch the maintenance man sleeping on the job. Quietly, Luigi. Curse you, ducky!
Wow! Open sesame!
Now I feel all washed up. The boiler works includes such puzzles as pulling drapes, oozing our way through pipes, and climbing crevices for plated wrenches. We also do co-op puzzles. Lots and lots of co-op stuff. Was multiplayer the main focus when this was being developed? Anyways, I rotate some catwalks to take us up to the next level right before the trolley maintenance man pulls the prank lever, flooding the entire basement. I told you to watch your step, Luigi! Have we forgotten to swim since Super Mario World? Luckily, we have a pod guardian angel.
Good puppy.
Next door, we find our salvation, an inflatable ducky we can direct with our poltergust. With a little teamwork, we turn enough valves to be steam and protect the ducky from being skewered.
Oh no!
That's a 4/4 string ostinato in D minor! Every sailor knows it means death!
Oh crap, this tire's in the way! Faster, poltergust! They're gaining on my juke! Land! Sweet land! Well, close enough anyways. Luigi plays with valves while Luigi slides through the pipes. Not the most puzzling of mazes, but an effective roadblock.
Pull the lever, Crunk.
We flush away the flooding and laugh at the landlocked sharks. Ha ha ha! Luigi slides down a vented periscope into a submarine where he decides to cook a classic sailor meal. Yummy, yummy iron. Man, this maintenance ghost leaves his wrenches everywhere. Oh well, more easy loot for me. Ah! I take it back! Please, go back to just eating the buttons! Using the janky aim controls, I give it the boot and finish it with the dark light. All that just for some money? I finally get back to where I was pranked and open the mysterious door. Gosh, this ghost gets more sleep than Snorlax. Be stealthy. Dang ducks! They must be paid actors. We anger Ernest from Wish, who opens the floodgates again and challenges us to a bout of competitive tubing. This battle focuses on avoiding his spinning fan and tests of Luigi's strength. If I hold on too long...
Ooh, you better believe that's a pattern.
Oh, and I have to watch out for wall spikes. Since when do you carry spare ducky tubes, Luigi? And hey, we're fighting here! I finally get him while he's dizzy, then shove him into the spiky wall. Unfortunately, I experience a bit of user error when steering with the poltergust, which slowed me down, but the man just lied there for what seemed like forever, and I was able to still give him the slamming routine. Man, you really are lazy. Great, he's back, with high explosives. No need to worry though, he just blew himself up. Honestly, with the mines, the boss fight got so much easier. A total of 4 blowouts, 4 slow as heck rushdowns, and 4 slamming procedures proved we're the better blue-collar worker. So glad to be rid of this prankster. I flip another switch, clean up the maintenance ghost's mess, and regain another button. Now to get the area boo. Come booster? Are you guys even trying with these puns? I'll give you one. Let's make like a tree and leave. Did the elevator take us to ancient Egypt? I'm sure it's perfectly safe. Oh man, booby traps. At least they have great taste in drapes here. I take it back. No, they don't. They haven't even dusted since Tut's time.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
So I do what any sane Jedi would do, vacuum the desert. I've gone from Ghostbuster to Dustbuster, but it seems to be making my job harder. Is it just me, or does this remind anyone of that Skyward Sword temple? In fact, I think I'm doing my job too well. No more chest for me. Looks like I've just discovered the Chamber of Secrets. Well, Basilisk, this repair will cost you your Diamondbacked young. Enough with the cleaning. Onwards to adventure! And I think it's time for a little grave robbing.
Wow! Wow!
You have unleashed the creature that we have feared for more than 3,000 years.
I fell for another booby trap to my grave. Well, back to vacuuming. That is until we find our ticket out of here. Guess that lever triggered more sand. How the heck do I make this jump? Who would have guessed we could blow the sand around? Oh, I'm an idiot. Dang, Minecraft pressure plates. You may have got me, but Luigi is not intimidated by you. Up the rope ladder, I run into real bona fide mummies that run into walls, prompting me to pull on their bandages, revealing the ghostly soft center. Plus, there was an Egyptian-Russian nesting doll where they thought they could hide a gem ghost from me. Oh no, an earthquake! Run from this doomed temple! Ah, here we go again. Quickly, through that door. What does this button do? A pot disposal? Nah, it's a scale where we must match the displayed animal's weight. Wrong answers bring pain. 3 weights are too heavy, but 2 are too light. Unfortunately, I unwittingly broke the vase-shaped solution, leading to failure and failure and failure. I calm myself and leave to reset the room. What? It didn't work? I need the vase though. Okay, let's just cheese it with sand. At last, we are done. Oh, why is everything here booby-trapped? Oh, now we need to match the new animals to get out alive. I quickly reset 1 weight in sand and all 4 weights in vacuumed sand. Our reward is a useful lever hinting at our new objective. We slide to the eastern door where I find snakes.
Why did it have to be snakes?
And they're equipped with freaking laser beams. I don't want to know what's attached to those chains. Don't distract me now, Snake. I need to shut this down. I'll tank that burn if you'll vanish. Of course they'd send in the ghosts now. There's only 1 chain left. I've done it! Enough with the ancient traps. Just 1 more door, and it's filling up the room with poison. Quick, Luigi. We need to use our kindergarten skills and match the correct shapes.
We know what hole that goes into, right? That's right, the square hole.
No, it doesn't! Great. The first 2 are easy. Dig, Luigi. Dig for your life. I steal from every chest and smash every pot I can find to fill the remaining slots, allowing me to breathe easy. There is 1 leftover shape. The X marks the spot hole, freeing a friendly snake. The last room blocks off the sand completely, causing an hourglass effect, bringing us back on top. To, another wall-shattering trap? At least this takes care of the pest problem. Now to walk like an Egyptian.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Slinging me back outside into the Pharaoh's embrace, followed by her conjuring up a sandcastle in her own image. I am mythologically confused. An Egyptian Medusa? She didn't like that, so she attacks with her sandy hair snakes, then strikes a mocking pose before launching into a sand-quaking shockwave, followed by her returning to Medusa form. Not gonna lie, I had no idea how to draw the Pharaoh out, so I kept dodging and vacuuming and vacuuming and vacuuming. At long last, while exposed, her sand snakes strike with light,
Dodge!
leaving her vulnerable to attack. Is that the master hand? No, it's the second phase, where the snakes strike twice, the shockwaves are just as annoying, and the hands are undodgeable. Well, I personally don't know how to evade them. For the third phase, she spams them out 3 at a time, and her cobra hair spams to follow suit. As she moves underground, 1 cobra manages to kill me for the first time. That's okay, I'm just going to need to play perfectly this time. And of course I don't. But it was close enough. Stop walking, do the Egyptian slumber, and say hello to your new tomb, my queen.
da 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 da.
Sing it, Luigi! Now back to the gem hunt, including a secret below my favorite puzzle, which is where I also find a Nubu. Where is your Egyptian costume? I leave with my immersion shattered, then the 11th elevator button gets my mind twisted by a magical set of triplet ghosts. You won't be laughing for long. I check the walls for bloodstains, but find a fancy door. For my first trick, I'll make ghosts appear. Watch in amazement as these ghostly swords assist me in starting our very expensive dice collection. I am forced back to the front room where I get a peek behind the curtain and locate the prestigious Mad Hatters. They're arguing as siblings always do, then I interrupt their makeup tea party. To get revenge, they turn me upside down. No, wait! Now through the door to the over-the-top stage performance. Then Luigi just had to show off his strength on the vending machine. As an apology, I clean one of the triplets' rooms and accidentally stumble on another die. Reaching to polish the key, I watch it disappear. Where did the key go?
Is that rabbit?
This rabbit is too dummy thick for my vacuum. So I call on my good friend Luigi to blacklight it. Easy peasy. The key leads us into a hall with a mirror, revealing we can tear down the decorations. After another curtain call, we find the mirror door and a hovering hat trap. They're probably laughing at me behind the scenes, but it turns out most of the obstacles I ran into helped me find every gem this floor had to offer. I then keep a keen eye out for signs to maneuver my way through this maze of a level, which ended in the dressing room backstage where the sisters awaited me in their headgear, followed by forcing me to watch their amateur magic show. Then they decide to run?
Why are you running?
Time to play hide and wait, this isn't the right room. Now I'm in a random bathroom, and I swear the hall wasn't placed here on the map before. What's next? Is Vecna going to make an appearance in the Upside Down? Every room is mixed up and contains a different style of ghost fighting. Come on, I thought you girls would be soaking it up in the limelight on the stage. Somebody please show me the way out of this labyrinth. Please let this be the end. The curtains go up and we get teleported to the Shadow Realm. Here goes nothing. The triplet's first trick is to shoot cards, which we can block, followed immediately with a rotating trick shot and a hyper tackle attempt, which I parry, and respond by vacuuming their hair. Where's your hat shield now, magical nuisance? Who gave them access to high explosives? The second phase starts with the classic cup ball scam, but I still manage to catch the ponytailed triplet. The remaining magician responds with more explosives, a faster hat shuffle, and by turning out the lights, she flickers them before attacking. One more hair pull, and we've learned all these magicians' tricks. That was easy. On my way out, I get a bit befuddled by none other than the Befuddler. That's it, I'm done here. It's time to set sail from floor 11 up to floor 12 to catch more spectral entities. I find half a ship that refuses to be vacuumed away. Hold on, got a call from Egad. Luigi, what is the boat even doing there? Do you think I would know why? On the call, Egad confesses that he sent out one of my rescued toads to go searching for a thingamajig. I told you not to send them out alone. The defenseless toad drops the part and was forced to leave it behind. Let's be real, probably to be eaten. Run, Toad, run away! Hey, he's pretty good at climbing, and I think I've seen that room before. Well, back to the boiler works. Luigi snakes through the pipes and makes a solid discovery. Glad Toad learned something from Super Smash Brothers. What? You can't go through the pipes with Luigi? You know what that means. Time for some more fun. Since you lost the part, Toad, you can get it back. Next, our return to the surface is blocked by a sleeping hammer ghost, so we are forced to take the scenic route home. We get to explore the now dried out tunnels. Toad, use your head!
But I don't want to use my head!
That Toad is a real problem solver. In fact, he is the solution to almost all of the puzzles this time around. Thanks for the valve handle, buddy. I make a bit of a mess and decide to paint the walls to make a gem ghost appear.
Not again! No, 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 no! Are you having fun?
Maybe.
Thanks to Toad's indestructible noggin, Luigi gains access upstairs to suck the Red Dreamer in the rudest way possible. Man, it feels like I've been down here for ages and there's never anything in it for me. Ooh.
Well, hello, beautiful.
I end my date to use the best item in the game. Toad, one more throw for the road, buddy. Who am I kidding? Wait, I just got a gem? I was just messing around. I return the part to the professor, who gives me super suction. We head back to floor 12 where there was an outlet to test it out.
It's working! It's working!
And we yo-ho blow the ship down. I'd hate to pay the power bill from this suckage. Shiver me timbers, 'tis a pirate's cave. Let's hoist the colors and enjoy the booty that follows. I see a ship ripe for the plunder. Arr. That's a lot of water to be on the 12th floor. Hey, over here! The ship pulls a black pearl before getting us wet and trying to smash us. Now to plunder its secrets. Hey, it's the third and final toad. Luigi, look out! It's a real shark ghost, and he's using the button as an eye. Captain Fishhook dives into the belly of the vessel, possessing it in the form of a giant wooden mouth. Great, now I have to fight the whole ship. Hey, hold on! I'm writing notes here for the video! At least it wasn't an insta-kill. Phase 1 consists of dodging barrels, the ship's hold trying to eat me, and feeding the hungry ghost until he blows. This cycle continues again and again and again, until he eats something too spicy and attempts to keel-haul us. I wait until his hook is stuck, and go back to flashing and sucking to smash. Bruce from Finding Nemo repossesses the ship, and we fight a faster Phase 1 fight. So I force feed him some gunpowder, angering him enough to drive him up a wall. Or to possess one at least. Phase 3 brings turbulent waves and a mistaken dive for a heart. How does Luigi survive all of this? The ghastly crew returns to throw more barrels, forcing us to dodge before bowling into the captain. Eat it, Jaws! The ship stops playing around, so we need to plunge for our lives. Don't let go, Luigi! I go another round with explosive results. That's right, Brucey boy.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Yo-ho-hee, I'm a pirate captain, baby. I freed Toad number 3 and learned from my previous mistakes. No concussion for you, sir. I also find this cool treasure map, which leads me right to Treasure Island and a jade skull. Before I set sail, I cut loose the Buccaneer. Luigi thought no one would see him scratch his butt, but little did he know he was caught in 4K. Anyways, Luigi presses on to the very lucky 13th floor, where he and Luigi work together to steal the golden dumbbell, find a hospitality desk, where I get a jump scare. No, it's just a water polo ghost, playing with the second to last button on his muscles. He's a real jerk. He's even created a fire escape hazard. Desk service. I like to file a complaint with the gem ghost. No, I will not be bribed. I sprint through the locker room and avoid getting towel whipped. Then find some very familiar gloves. This must be where Little Mac trained. We tear down a sign and enter the weight room. These angry ghouls block my flashes with equipment. One of the meatheads betrays the other by throwing their weight around, allowing me to break through his impenetrable shield. Then the traitor ghost, for no reason at all, chucks his weapon off to the side.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I then decide to enroll in spinning class, but I hate cardio. Using the vacuum totally counts, right guys? I can't cheat with this one. At least they provided a cheat day ice cream for me and some bling. I decide to cool down with some yoga, but the other students forgot to roll up their mats. Luigi will clean up after you all. Oh, the mirror shows how each of the mats need to be rolled or unrolled. We get a secret exit for our effort and fresh air. The outside world. I could just leave. I take it back. I need to stay for Mario and Peach. That's only the second ledge that tried to kill me. I decide to hit the showers, but this place is a little too steamy. So steamy, in fact, I can't even see the ghosts. I turn off the showers, tear down any semblance of privacy in order to catch them all. Hey, stop that, you! I said seize! Stopping the showers also opened up the drain for Luigi. At last, I'm at the pool where the polo ghost initiates a game of dodgeball. Just like any water polo player from high school, he makes sure to let you know that he plays the sport. I dive out of cover, but forgot the 5 Ds of dodgeball.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
The jock sprays the screen and dances if you tried to vacuum his balls mid-throw. But I learned you can give him a taste of his own medicine for a break. Luigi is needed to squeeze between the bars, but this show-off shoots his one weakness. So I first need to smack him in the face, then run Luigi over. Unfortunately, I wasn't fast enough. Let's give it another go, and Luigi makes it to the valve. Oh, come on! Now I have to camp the jerk to open up the drain, which scares him to re-death. He gets stuck thanks to a whirlpool in his final destination. I attempt to get revenge for my gooey friend, but his goggles are blocking my light. The swimmer uses Earthquake, but I've realized I need to stun him to vacuum off his goggles. Finally, I can flash, smash, and wash this jock's gestures from my memory. With the 14th button in hand, we prepare for the penultimate floor. Not the cat again! Worst case of deja vu ever. Get her, Luigi? Seriously? She's right there! And you've beaten her before? Luigi, just why? I follow the paw prints to the showers, but Luigi lets her escape again. We punch her out in the weight room, catch her playing at the concierge desk, and scare her off. Our goose chase goes downstairs where she pops out of the sand, even further down where she plays a hat in time. And we finally double team on stage to corner the werecat. I then have to play the helpless victim again, looking away from the cat. But this time she does a fake out. I feel the genuine mauling experience before I catch the cat in the act. This crazy feline is finally gone for good. No more eating buttons for you. On my way up, I encounter Booty Builder? Are you even trying, Nintendo? Whatever. I celebrate by dancing up to the 14th floor. Luigi and I immediately get to show off our moves on the lit up squares, revealing a secret set of stairs, where we find the Golden Beats by Dre. Back upstairs, I practice DJing on the turntables, revealing a block from the popular Mario franchise. Now to break into the thrift shop. After my thrifting spree, I make it to the dance floor. Careful, Luigi. We know what happens if the button is out in the open.
DJ Khaled!
Oh man, they've formed a flash mob on the dance floor. I have no choice. I groove onto the dance stage, using my vacuum hops to reveal the button. They restart their breakdance segment with enough kicks to cause a panic at the disco. They even try the worm before I rudely interrupt. They have such razzle as a troupe, I hate to disrupt their dance routine. So I demonstrate some beatboxing, which gets the DJ involved. She starts her set by throwing her vinyls on the floor and showing off her own dance moves, spinning dangerously with flaming records. I scare her hair off, jumping on the dance floor, and can finally do the flash dance. Dang, she has a lot of health. The next phase is she throws her moves faster and adds record bowling to her resume. It was an easy boss fight, but it sure was funky.
Groovy.
We aren't done on the dance floor yet. We need to proceed to unlock and rip out the sweet DJ setup. I take away this area's groove factor and steal the DJ's secret trove of froze. That's right, the Diamond Skull Candies too. I check out the rest of the venue and find a gem ghost haunted table. I then turn up the music so loud it shatters the funky disco ball, rewarding me with the last gem of the floor. I find the last regular boo of the entire hotel, the Boozician. No more puns for this run. I install the final button, but I do need to gather the other gems before facing King Boo. I head back down to the lab where I see that I've found most of them in the basements, but missed quite a few on the first few floors. The higher I got in the hotel, the more gems I found. I guess I just got better as I progressed. Since I've got the money, I'll buy the gem finders. Surely I don't need all this extra cash. Now, I don't want to keep you all waiting, as the gem hunt before King Boo was pretty much a rerun of the game. So here I'll highlight a few of my favorite finds while jamming to another gem finding song. Let me know in the comments if you know where it's from. Some of the gems really make you think, like using a sword as a dart to open the door or cooking ice s'mores to get the gem core. Other solutions made me wonder, why didn't I ever come over here before? Some required I enter televisions to get spat out onto theater balconies. Some of the gems were right under the floor. Others had an X over their lair. This one was particularly picky, requiring to toss the globe from across the room. And I had to repeat that method with coconuts on a statue to summon a gem ghost. Earlier, the fitness center's phone gave the hint that Channel 3 plays music that is perfect for the training room, which makes jogging ghosts appear, and the opportunity to snag the final athletic gem. Now let the choir celebrate as I prove I'm the real villain. At long last, to floor 15. What a fancy master suite. I am greeted by Helen on a screen, threatening to have King Boo hang me next to Mario. If you want to save Mario, you have to come and find me. Oh, you're in for it now, lady. Nothing will stop me. Not this nice theater room, which, dang, It's a nice setup. Ooh, is that an amethyst? Go ahead and do the honors, Luigi. While I'm here, I can open the vents and find where Helen left the gems, and I'd be a bad guest to keep the projector screen down. Oh, right, Mario. I'll save you. Zoinks! Like, does anyone else feel watched? I find a shadow puzzle where I had to match the silhouette to the displayed picture. My writer insists I say, just like in Resident Evil 7. Seriously, he loves that franchise. I enter the first of the 4 rooms and jump as this mission just got impossible. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I make a final Tom Cruise run, making no mistakes at all. And pull out the batteries, disabling this room's security. I found a book out of place, so like a good hotel guest, I check the book back in. Then I make my way into the master bedroom, where I witness the bed flip into a platform. It's a combination of an elevator and scale. When it stays balanced for too long, it returns to the ground. Working alone, Luigi makes it easily enough to the room's security system power switch. But when we add Luigi to the mix...
Luigi, you're tipping us too far! Wake up, Luigi!
No! Mamma mia. Luigi. I totally got it on first try, guys. Moving on to the master bedroom, I get to play hopscotch with the lasers and be a good guest conserving water. I send in Luigi to inspect the plumbing and find the very last gem in the game. Let's celebrate by stealing King Boo's golden toilet paper. In the last room, I'm entertained by a fidget spinning puzzle room and come across the original Luigi's Mansion from the GameCube. I continue to flip the room so Luigi can flip the switch and I can get the final key. By the way, there was a key from each room, totaling 4 of them to open the very self-conceited King Boo door. I add the Chaos Emeralds to the King's tongue, giving him that blinged out look, opening the vault to Helen's office. Inside, Helen complains about our actions despite her being the kidnapper. But what pushes her over the edge is that we've imprisoned her polter kitty. We then witness her transformation to the true Helen Gravely.
Wow!
Uh-oh, what happened to your face? Yes, please put back on your makeup and leave at once. Well, she's not gone. She just initiated the boss fight with a clap of her hands. Helen uses a central laser we can hop over, which returns to the start before opening the floor drains. She then comes out to play with 4 laser walls. Only Luigi can disable the lasers, but the colored walls continue to move while I'm controlling Luigi, and Helen constantly stalks Luigi above. Unfortunately, she flashes me back with her mirror, so I have to ground pound back her advances. I finally shut down the laser walls and wait for her to slam her mirror stuck in the floor, so I can flash and smash her into the ground. Helen recomposes herself for phase 2, where she fires off 3 stacked lasers, forcing us to run away. The laser walls are back to threaten us once again, and so is Helen. Luigi, turn off those switches. I'll take care of this old hag by preempting her attack to buy you plenty of time. That-a boy! The colorful radiation is gone. Now to slam, 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 slam into the 3rd phase, where Helen brings out double the laser ammunition. Holy crap, these 3 tiered ones are fast. The laser wall is actually slightly sped up as well, and she even floods the tunnels below to thwart Luigi's plans to shut them off. Eventually, I get Luigi to rush fast enough to disable the weaponry while quickly swapping to Luigi when needed. I flip the final switch, bait a final mirror swing, and pull the ugly witch with a final suck. It's over, Helen, but I'll let you put on your makeup one last time. Now, to save my brother, the one, the only Super Mario. And he stuck the landing. I get a nice touching reunion with my older sibling, but Mario, there's no time to dwaddle. We gotta get out of here. Come on, do we really need to save Peach? Okay, fine. I follow him through the door, endure an impatient brotherly scare, and trail the eager and brave Mario up and up until Mario proves why he's called Jumpman. I'm not so sure about this, Mario. Ledges have tried to kill me this whole game. We finally make it to the rooftop, where Mario can't help but showboat. A backflip? Seriously? Way to make me feel lame. There's a perfectly good ladder over here, Mario. Calm down, calm down. I'll save your girlfriend that's always hanging out with Bowser. Darklight, work your magic. Welcome back, Princess Peach. What a happy ending. Freak, I forgot about him.
It's so frustrating when you trap something in a painting and it gets out, you know?
No, I don't know, King Boo. He's got the others too, so now we're back to square one with him back in the portrait. He's coming for us next. Run, guys. Why aren't you running? Don't be like the damsel that just stands there in the horror movies. Luigi, you owe Polterpup your life. This is between you and me, King Boo. He calls upon the fury of the storm, leaving only some squares as safe zones. He strikes the stage with his tongue and then does his best impression of a Gigantamax Gengar, sweeping me off my feet. King Boo can use Fire Flower power now? Yup, he can use Fire Flower power now. King Boo then tries to bowl us over with spiky ball piñatas that contain bombs. I try to throw the explosive back at him, but his spike ball gets to me first. So I'm forced to ride the lightning once again, dodge fireballs until I finally get another chance to... No time to mourn. We aren't licked yet. I make it back to the bombs and line up the shot for a third time. That's right. Smile, you son of a bitch. I've got him down for the count, but the Poltergust just isn't strong enough. This has never happened before. What am I supposed to do? Back to dodging. After a second bombing, I call on Luigi, and together we get to slam and spin the King Boo around. Should I be worried he doesn't have a health bar? The king gets so infuriated that he clones himself?
Barnacles! What could be worse than a giant paint bubble?
Oh, I know. 2 giant paint bubbles.
Double the Boo Phase 2, of course, means less safe squares from the lightning attack. King Boo launches with a new sky-high jump whose landing brings about shockwaves. And now we have twice the fire to deal with. Double the trouble with tongues and a new wavy lick attack across the arena, which was tough to avoid. I thought I would get double the bombs, but the clone's ball is full of trash. Take this, King Boo! Together, again! Let's throw him around a second time! Oh gosh, things are starting to get out of hand. Now there are 3 King Boos, and we have a time limit! As the trio of kings leaves only one safe space from lightning, they start spamming the attacks, forcing quick decisions. They throw the spike ball upwards off screen now, followed by a 100% chance of raining bombs. I can't even see the floor! The fireballs have become a literal bullet hell gallery. Fortunately, I managed to walk my way through all of it without being singed once. Now to avoid the swirly lick attacks, including the one I thought was impossible. Who's the master of dodging now? They react with body slamming attacks, and only the real King Boo makes a splash. It's down to 2 minutes and 1 more bomb toss to go. I have you now, King Boo! No! I blasted the doppelganger during what should have been the finale! Thank goodness they dropped hearts, otherwise I'd be a goner. Ah, scratch that. I was indeed a goner, and I need to restart all over again. The next attempt, I learned the fake boos hid their eyes momentarily at times. So, armed with this new information, I breezed through Phase 2. Now I have your attack pattern memorized, oh mighty king. I can avoid even your strongest attacks. Unscathed by the fires of King Boo's revenge, I play a final round of tongue limbo, weave away from the body slams easily, and am left with one final test. The vacuum bomb shot put. It's away! One last time, Luigi. Give it your all! Slam him! I did it! I've finally sentenced the oversized Boo to EGAD's prison for a 3rd time. And he left behind his glamorous jewel that sat upon his crown, which good guy Luigi immediately drops to save his trapped friends. But the hotel isn't done with us yet. It's crumbling apart! What am I going to do? Luigi, help me out! Don't just wave goodbye! It looks like this is truly the end for our plumber hero. But we're saved? Man, Polterpup is the ultimate plot armor. 11 out of 10 for the best boy. I free my friends once again from the portrait. Peach exits gracefully. Mario shows off his signature jump. The Toad's dog pile right after him. And then there's EGAD.
I'm getting too old for this.
Finally, a reunion with all of us. But all of a sudden, EGAD's ghost containment machine has been breached. Are you kidding? Do I have to do this all over again? I have an idea, everyone! Let's start a construction company! Huh? They just agreed to that? They're going along with it? And EGAD is staying with them? What just happened? And is this a joke? All I got was a C rank for my mansion because I spent all of my money earlier on those dang gem finders to speed up completion? And to top it off, I need to hunt for the rest of the game's achievements. So I begin by finding all invisible objects on floor 2, then blow away all the cobwebs on floor 5, and make make my way on top of the drawers to suck up all the shop merch. I then used my strobe bulb to open the flowers in the garden and become a professional party person in the boiler works. Do the janitor, Luigi. I pop a balloon using the very tip top of the pyramid and continue upstairs to make all of the stuffed rabbits disappear.
Next, we are going to steal
How despicable of me. The last easy achievement consisted of blowing away the mice out of the gym's crawl space in order to vacuum the place clean. Now this is where things step up a notch with this 2-for-1 achievement. I just slam a ghost 7 times in one go, which is something I didn't know how to do until now, because I thought mashing A was the way to do it. But it turns out if I time the button presses right when the ghost hits the floor, I can get in more slams. That could have helped me in the campaign. Then I popped up another achievement just for getting all gold ghosts in King Boo's bathroom. For another achievement, I needed to suck up 6 ghosts at the same time, which is easier said than done. The pyramid was the only spot I could find that would spawn enemies consistently. If I even missed just one, I'd have to sacrifice Luigi just to get them to respawn. After a few attempts of constantly flashing them, I was eventually able to round them all up at once, and enjoyed the rush of gaining more recognition. I stayed in the Egyptian vicinity because I needed to defeat a red thwomp ghost in one tether suck. I latched on until he was down to 140 HP before using my new rhythmic slamming to earn this achievement. While checking what I had left, I realized I unlocked the diamond plunger for finding all of the gems. Then it was on to the dreadful multiplayer mode grind, specifically ScareScraper, an abomination of an online mode, where I jumped right away into a game in progress because I can't do this alone. Even the internet agrees with me. One of the biggest pains in the neck during this portion is how often teammates dip out on you. And the other was the dang time limit. For real, those two things are what caused me to lose the most. Each floor had an objective to complete, which could vary from catching all of the ghosts, to gathering lots and lots of money, to hunting crows, which I easily cheesed by camping in a corner to boost the kill count. Then last, and certainly least, rescuing toads. Hello? Earth to Toad! I'm here to rescue you! Yeah, sometimes the game just didn't work, which would result in more losses. And that won't be the last time Nintendo screws me. Anywho, I finally found a set of competent strangers and finally freaking cleared a floor. But it wasn't always roses and sunshine. Trapdoors would, well, trap me. All you can do is wait until another player rescues you. Then there were pressure switches that required the full party with their Luigis to stand on. And believe me, people really screwed me by not coming at all. Lightning could flash and steal your poltergust, which was just outrageous. Then there could also be random power outages leaving you in the dark. At the top of each ScareScraper, the run was capped off with a fight against Boolossus. Imagine you are fighting King Boo with multiple people and he absolutely spams his attacks. He's definitely not as difficult of a fight, though at times it's hard to keep track of your small Luigi. The only difference is when he blows up, he rains down tiny Boos, which you need to rush to suck up. Each Boo defeated brings back Boolossus smaller until he vanishes and you complete the run. Now for the dumbest and most annoying part of the achievement hunt, rare ghosts. These suckers only appear on the 5th, 10th, and 15th floors if you don't face Boolossus. And worst of all, the achievement tracker only counts ghosts you personally catch. And as you can see, competition is tight for who gets the ghost. So while there are 11 ghosts total to catch here, I only obtained 3 that count towards my goal. The least Nintendo could have done is allow all the rare ghosts on the floor to count for the whole team. It literally took me 2 days to finish all the ScareScraper stuff, but I got lucky sometimes when I had a bunch of Luigis who were obviously kids in the lobby. I have no shame. I straight up would just steal their rare ghosts because the mode allowed me to nab them mid-suck. You might say it was dishonorable, but I have a wife and 3 kids who need my attention. Another time-consuming task was to defeat Boolossus 20 times. And on what was going to be my 20th win, this happens. I hate you, Nintendo! My Switch is even directly hardwired to my router. Again, this took me 2 full days. I slammed around the last mini Boo, got some celebratory fireworks, unlocked the final achievement, then took another full day to grind money for that A-rank mansion, which awarded me with the coveted golden-plated poltergust. It doesn't affect gameplay or anything. It's just a flex. And that's how I 100%ed Luigi's Mansion 3. happy. Remember, Mother's Day is coming up, so check out this video sponsor Holzkern down in the description or pinned comment and use code Andrew for 15% off. Also, like the video and subscribe for the suffering I went through. You all have a good one. Thanks.